Hey everybody, it's Dina Rika with the Creativity Cave and welcome to another edition of Simple to Stunning Sundays. I hope you are excited about the return of this awesome series that I've had going on. Last week we made a great card with the poinsettia petals bundle, and this week I'm going to be working with the Ornate Style bundle. I really love this set and the coordinating dies, and I haven't had them out for a while, so I thought I would show you kind of a fun project today. We're going to start with a half a sheet of Crumb Cake cardstock, and I'm going to give this a good crease with my bone folder. And then I'm going to do a little stamping. We're going to set that aside, and I've got two pieces of very vanilla cardstock. The first is 1 3/8 by 2 3/4, and I'm going to stamp the daisy on this piece. And while a daisy is probably more of a spring flower, I think when you color it in the right colors, it can be any season. So I've stamped this in some black memento ink so that I can color it in with my Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to be working with Cinnamon Cider, Old Olive, and Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to start with my dark Cinnamon Cider, and I'm just going to kind of put some dots in the center of my daisy here, and then I'll do the lighter one and do some more dots. The dots just kind of go with the dotted stamped portion of this, and that way you kind of get a little texture with your coloring. Next, I'll do some Old Olive on the leaf, and I'll start with the dark. Just put a little dark in there, a little dark on my stem, and then finish it up with the light Old Olive, both on the stem and on the leaf. We'll blend out that dark on my leaf and then go out to the edges. Now, whenever I'm coloring anything in, I'm careful not to add too much color because I don't want to have a lot of bleeding. Now, you could leave it as is and have a white daisy, or in this case, a vanilla daisy, but I'm going to create yellow for my flower. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my dark Daffodil Delight on these shading lines, and then we'll color the rest in with the light Daffodil Delight marker. So very simple, basic coloring with my Stampin' Blends, but I love using these alcohol-based markers because they're such vibrant, beautiful colors. They're easy to work with. They blend nicely, and even beginners can get great results with these markers. And best of all, they're pretty economical. Now, as always, if you'd like to purchase any of the supplies that I'm using today, I've got links in the description of my video for you. And of course, when you shop with me, you become a VIP rewards member, and I've got some really awesome benefits for my VIPs, and you can check out all those details on my blog. And again, there's a link in the description of this video. All right, I've got my daisy colored in. So let's just layer it up on a very simple second layer of cardstock. This one's just a little bit bigger. It's 1 5/8 by 2 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to add this to our card with a popped up image. Now, the other thing I want to add to this is just a simple sentiment. And for that, I'm going to pull out the kind of coordinating stamp set that goes with this, which is called Ornate Thanks. And as the name suggests, it's a whole bunch of thank you sentiments, but there's a few of things in here that aren't necessarily thanks. So I love my friend. You're amazing. I kind of like them. You made my day. So there's a lot of different options that you can use with this. I think I'm going to go with you made my day. Let's see if I can just find it on here for all you do. Oh my goodness, I literally can't find it. You made my day. There's an exclamation point at the end. Here it is. On the side, that's why. So I will add this to the bottom here, and I'll do it in Early Espresso ink. So a really simple but very pretty card. Now, as always, we got to take it and step it up a notch. So for my second version of this card, we're going to add a few layers. So I'll start with my same Crumb Cake card base, but this time I'm going to add both a layer of Crumb Cake cardstock for the background. And this piece is 3 5/8 by 4 3/4 of an inch. And then I have cut a piece of our printed paper. This is from the Ornate Garden DSP pack. And I will attach these two layers together, and then we'll color our daisy one more time. Now, just by adding these two additional layers, I feel like we really stretch the card and have made it quite nice. Now let's stamp that daisy once more and color it in. I'll fast forward this part. Okay, this looks fantastic. Once again, we'll adhere this to that extra layer of Very Vanilla. And there's just something really nice about adding that extra layer. And then I will pop this up onto my card with some dimensionals. And maybe we'll try a little embellishment on here. So one of the other things that is part of this suite of products is some gilded gems. These gilded gems come in 3 sizes, and so we can sprinkle a few of these onto our card. Oh, for goodness sakes. They were not coming off the sheet very nicely. I suppose I'm using my take your pick tool, and if I just squeezed out a little more of the tacky stuff, I'd get a little better. That's much better. A little better grip on there. And I think I'll just put one more up there. So again, really simple, but we need to add our sentiment, and we can even do this one again. I'm going to move this because it's in my way. So I still want my sentiment down here, but then this time I'll move this to be right over here. There we go. All right, for our third card, this one's going to be amazing. Of course, we have to make this one stunning. So I've done a few different modifications. So first and foremost, I have taken and started with my same Crumb Cake card base. This time I have taken and embossed my Crumb Cake panel with my subtle embossing folder. I really love the very simple texture that adds. And then I've taken my simple strip of DSP, and we're going to add that, but I wanted to take it up a notch. So I took the frame die that's part of this, and I die cut this, but I cut the ends off And so I'm just going to adhere my DSP over the top like so. And I already put this on, darn it. That's okay. Because we're just going to have it line up with the edge of the card. All right, so let me adhere this. And it turns out that a 2-inch strip of printed paper is going to line up perfectly with this frame. So that just kind of worked out nicely. I'm even going to put this on there straight, just for you guys. Oh, that is much better. Okay, now I will adhere this to my card and then we'll trim off the excess. I'm going to set that up just high enough. There we go. Okay, so we'll take our snips and get rid of the excess. Now, I've taken another one of the frames and die cut that out of a piece of Early Espresso cardstock. I love the look of that. It's very, it adds a very nice touch. It's really pretty. And in the dark color cardstock, it looks fantastic. So I'll put this on with some dimensionals. And then once again, I have my stamped portion. So I've got this. I've got my 2 layers. This time I did my coloring ahead of time, so you didn't have to watch the process for the 3rd time. So we'll just layer those 2 pieces together, and then this will fit right over that frame. Now notice it will cover up quite a bit of the frame, and that's kind of by design. There's a lot going on here, so I didn't want it to be too busy. So I'll just go ahead and adhere that. Now what I have done though is kind of covered up where I was putting my sentiment. So I might need to change my sentiment in this case. And for that, I think, let's see if I can find something a little bit smaller. And I think that might be my friend. And let's see where we can fit that. I think I might just put it on its side right there. There we go. All right, now the last but not least, we're going to add a few of our gems because they're just so pretty. These gilded gems really are gorgeous, and they add such a nice touch to a card. So once again, I'll take one of each size and we'll just adhere them. Of course, I'll bring back all of my card versions so you can see them. And don't forget to tell me which one you like the best in the comments. The other thing I want to mention is I have a really wonderful class featuring this suite of products called the Ornate Garden online class, and it makes some really gorgeous projects. I'll link the class registration in the description of this video if you would like to order it. So thank you guys so much for stamping with me today. I hope you've loved these projects. Don't forget to let me know your favorite, and feel free to shop my online store because I would love to welcome you into my VIP program. Have a great day and happy stamping, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.